piece of meat, boy. Go, go, go. Yeah. Outstanding. Rock and roll.
Hello and welcome to another Foreigners Against eSTRO Showcase match. And let me show you who we're going to be using. GosI Terran. He is the up-and-coming Mexican Terran. I'm sure you've heard a lot about him. He's still in the TSL, waiting for Infernal in that final round coming up this next weekend. And he's going to be playing against Darkness_Force. This is actually 45 name from the eSTRO team. And I am really excited to bring this match to you here. You know, the last time we did this, it was Rhett going against the eSTRO team, and he did a pretty good job taking one person down, Grape, and coming really close a few other times. So anyways, let's take a look at our matchup here. We have 45 name in the bottom left. The map is Fighting Spirit. His Overlord scouting directly up. Gonna find GosI Terran right away. And, you know, GosI Terran, a very good up-and-coming Terran player. You know, I've been talking a lot about him, how I see a lot of potential in this guy, and I really do. I think that the way he plays Terran is really quite correct. He really plays a very Korean style. He watches a lot of VODs, studies them, and I think the kid has a lot of talent. So I'm excited to see how he does here. We've never seen a foreigner do well in these showcase matches against a Korean Zerg due to the great Mutamicro. So it'll be awesome if he can actually hold that off. I do know that actually 45 name very, very good at Mutamicro. His 2 hatchery play is quite strong. But, you know, we'll have to see. This GosI Terran actually lives on a Korean schedule from Mexico. He, of course, being the WCG Mexico Champion. He wakes up about the same time I do every day and goes to bed around the same time as well, and just plays on IC Cup against Koreans. It is his dream to be a pro gamer. So we'll have to see how he can do against a real, genuine pro gamer here. Now we see he's scouting in the wrong direction. Meanwhile, this drone's scouting all over the place. The Overlord looks like it's going to be the one that finds out exactly where GosI Terran is stationed, basically. One barracks, going to definitely be a 1 barracks expansion build. In the meantime, we see that this is going to be a 12 hatchery into 2 hatch muta build. Well, I suspect 2 hatch muta at least. And we see that, you know, it's going to be pretty hard. You know, these naturals a little bit difficult to defend against that mutalist harassment. And GosI Terran, you know, he's got a lot of pressure on him. You know, this is actually a very important match. You know, he wants to become a pro gamer. You want to become a pro gamer? Then guess what? You message Artosis, and eventually you're going to get some games against pro gamers in eSTRO. The coaches are watching this game from behind 45 name to see exactly how good this Terran player is. You know, I've been talking him up, so hopefully he will deliver. So anyways, it looks like the SCV going to come down. And GosI Terran, very smart play here. You know, you see some foreign Terran players, they'll just go for the 16 command center no matter what. He waited until he scouted to do it. That forced him to get that second depot. It forced him to make a few Marines. But this is how you actually play Terran versus Zerg. Don't be watching, you know, a lot of these other top-name Terrans do not do this correctly. They do not actually wait to scout before making that command center. It can be very deadly. So we see already that he is playing Terran, the correct brand of Terran if you want to be a pro gamer. Now, a few Lings moving out. The last Ling, of course, chasing this SCV around. And the layer on the way. So, pretty standard play right now by both players. That depot, of course, is going to help him hold off Zerglings with a smaller number of Marines, making a smaller choke for any mass Ling strategies to get through. The only problem with it is it's going to be extra weak against Mutalisks. Obviously, you're not going to have turrets around this depot, so it should be able to be picked off pretty easily once the Mutalisks come. But of course, that is a low priority thing to attack. Now we see he's starting his second barracks. He's got the refinery up. He's going to want to get that academy pretty quickly. And his SCV still alive, which is quite important. I think he did see that Spire go up. Or at least he knows that's what's probably going to happen. You know, you're not really expecting a 2-hatchery lurker play. And with the coaches watching, I don't think we're going to see anything really particularly cheesy unless he sees a real opening for it. Look at that, a second SCV coming down but doesn't make it there. Sorry, buddy, you aren't C-shield quite yet. Now we see the bunker being made. Good move right there. He does need that bunker because once the mutas come, he's going to have to be able to defend this against Zerglings and mutas, and the ramp area is very dangerous for Marines against Korean mutalisks. So in the meantime, we do have a third base going up for our Zerg player, very far away from the Terran player if you look at the mini-map there. Not something he's going to be able to attack easily, especially not with this build. You see, he has not gotten his third barracks yet. If you go for a very quick 3 barracks against 2-hatchery muta, a lot of times you can get out there and really put pressure on the Zerg player, even if he's going 2-hatch, you know, with some good Marine micro and reinforcements. You can, a lot of times, even bust up that third base. I know that's something that Rhett really hates to play against when he plays this style. And, you know, it's a good move. We've seen it a lot recently in the Pro League, in MSL, OSL. But he's not doing that. He's doing a slightly older variation of TVZ against the 2-hatchery build, which is, you know, get that academy up quick, do the 2 barracks, get the engineering bay, and do your upgrades and get a lot of turrets. So I expect that's exactly what we're going to see from him here. We see a lot of harassment with these Zerglings. You know, he's just trying to use his APM as a pro gamer against GosI Terran. And, you know, he doesn't have a whole lot of Zerglings yet, so the Marine Medic, it is out. The turrets being started just as the mutas are coming. Are these going to be up in time? I am not sure. The Marines moving out, and it looks like these mutas are going to hit the turrets just in time, right before the turrets are finishing, and that's going to be a little bit annoying, but the Marine Medic going down through the map, not enough Zerglings to really destroy this group with the mutas, but, you know, he can start picking off with the mutalisks, especially considering range is not done yet. Yes, he has stim, but without range, good mutalisk micro can really pick off these Marines quite strongly. Now let's take a look at what tech we have. More mutalisks being made, no Hydralisk Den quite yet. Well, there it is at the third base, hiding it so it cannot be scanned easily. This may trick GosI Terran into thinking that this is going to be a mutalisk all-in, which you play completely different against, rather than if it is just a regular transition 2-hatchery mutalisk into lurkers. So we see the mutas controlling the scouting SCV there, and kind of just flying around, and they're going to be able to really destroy this army pretty quickly here. We see a nice little stim and run up to target muta, and he's got to be careful though, because this group is going to die really quickly. And there we go, he's starting to pick off all the Marines, and here comes Zerglings for the flank, and this Marine group is as good as dead. So one mutalisk definitely going down there, some others being damaged, but that Marine medic group not doing quite as much as I'm sure he wanted. Let's take a look at the main base here. He is getting that third barracks, is getting some more turrets up, has his +1 going, he has range by now, well-defended expansion. So, you know, he's well-defended, but he is not very far up the tech tree, obviously. No factory quite yet. He has just started the factory, in fact. And here comes the mutalisk harass. Now, you know, it's too bad that he lost that group in the middle. He should have known that, you know what, it is time to go back to this group. My medic energy is dwindling, and I really should be reinforcing. But he didn't, so he is down a little bit more on the Marines than he should be. You know, if you had 8 more Marines add on to this, it's suddenly quite a fierce force before lurkers come out, and he might be able to be around in the middle of the map still. Instead, he's given up map control completely to 45 name, and you know, that's it. He's going to have to just figure out that there are lurkers involved. You know, I'm not sure if he has scanned it yet or not, but, you know, it looks like, yeah, already we do have some lurkers being morphed. 2 of them, one of them right next to Atri, the other one looks like it was, well, it's being hidden under Overlord right now. I don't know if that was intentional, but if so, nice play there. So if he scans there and doesn't click on eggs, he's not going to have any morph yet.